Sakamoto Days Season 1 Part 2 Episode 4 Round and Round Tower, released on July 28, 2025 on Netflix Japan, catapults the death row prisoners arc into a thrilling mix of brutal action, emotional depth, and shocking revelations, adapting content likely around manga chapters 38-40. The episode opens with Nagumo contacting Shishiba, discussing a list given to Slur's serial killers, revealing a twisted plan to pit them against each other as the final page names the other inmates. Meanwhile, at Sugar Park's Round and Round Tower, Taro Sakamoto engages in a fierce battle with one of Slur's death row inmates. As tourists below marvel at the tilting tower, shares his chilling backstory. Neglected by his apathetic mother and misunderstood by his kind father, he turned to mutilating toys and animals, culminating in slitting his father's throat to feel connected by comparing their insides. This warped desire to see others' interiors drives his current rampage, though Sakamoto bluntly rejects his logic, insisting killing severs human bonds. The battle intensifies as uses deadly threads to destabilize the tower, but Sakamoto counters with raw power, spinning him into submission with a cord and a dish antenna. Just as the tower threatens to collapse, Order member Takamura intervenes, severing a section to stabilize it before calmly departing. At Sakamoto's convenience store, awakens surrounded by Shin, Lu, and others who show no hostility. Questioned about Slur, reveals overhearing a call between Kashima and Slur, exposing the latter's plan to distract the Order with the inmates while invading the JAWS Tokyo Bureau to dismantle the organization. The episode shifts to Slur and his ally Gaku casually entering the JA headquarters, where Gaku obliterates a security officer with a single punch, signaling their deadly intent. A narrator details the JAWS structure: over 1,000 members, 400 professional assassins, and its role in coordinating hits and repairs, setting up an unprecedented attack. The episode ends with Sakamoto deciding to head to the JA, while a post-credit scene at the store hints at further developments. The atmosphere blends visceral tension, dark psychological depth, and the series' signature absurdity, the tilting tower amplifies the chaos, while backstory and Slur's calculated menace ground the stakes in a darker tone, offset by Sakamoto's unwavering compassion and the team's camaraderie. TMS Entertainment delivers a visually striking episode, capturing the manga's raw energy with dynamic flair. The Round and Round Tower battle is a highlight, with the structure's tilting angles and frenetic camera work creating a disorienting high-stakes backdrop. Sakamoto's fight with is fluidly choreographed, from his ladder slams to the cord-spinning takedown, rendered in bold, vibrant hues. Thread-based attacks are animated with precision, their slicing motion cutting through the tower's metal with chilling clarity. The flashback to childhood is hauntingly stylized, using muted colors and stark shadows to reflect his isolation. However, some crowd scenes below the tower feel static, and occasional slow motion in the fight sequences slightly disrupts the flow. A recurring critique from Part 1, Gaku's brief but brutal punch at the JA headquarters, is a standout with visceral impact that teases his strength. Overall, the animation elevates the episode's intensity, though minor polish could enhance secondary moments. The voice cast shines, amplifying the episode's emotional and action-packed beats. Tomokazu Tsujida's Sakamoto balances stoic resolve with subtle warmth, his blunt dismissal of ideology carrying weight. Nobunaga Shimazaki's Shin conveys curiosity and concern, particularly in the store scene, grounding the team's dynamic. Ayan Sakura's Lu, though less prominent, injects humor with her casual banter. Koki Uchiyama's debut as Gaku is chillingly nonchalant, his laid-back delivery contrasting the character's lethal power, a perfect fit for the game-obsessed assassin. The English dub, featuring Sung Wancho and Dallas Liu, keeps pace but slightly softens the gravitas of backstory compared to the Japanese cast. Takuya Shiro's Takamura and Daisuke Namikawa's Slur Azuki add menace in their brief roles, though Slur's limited dialogue leaves room for more impact. The voice acting enhances the episode's tonal shifts, with only minor inconsistencies in emotional depth. Episode 4 maintains a brisk pace, weaving action, backstory, and plot reveals across its runtime. The opening Nagumo Shishiba call efficiently sets up Slur's manipulative plan, while the tower battle drives the narrative with relentless energy. Apart's flashback, though chilling, briefly slows the momentum as its length slightly overshadows the action compared to the mangas. Tighter panels. The shift to the Ya headquarters and Gaku's introduction is seamless, building suspense without overstaying its welcome. The store scene balances humor and exposition, with Apart's interrogation flowing naturally into Slur's plan reveal. Compared to Part 1E's occasionally rushed pacing, Part 2 feels more confident, though anime-only viewers may crave more immediate context on the Jaws structure. The cliffhanger sets up a thrilling continuation, keeping the stakes high round. And Round Tower excels in blending Sakamoto Days' absurd humor, brutal action, and emotional depth. Sakamoto's fight with Apart is a visual and thematic triumph, showcasing his strength and compassion as he offers redemption despite Apart's atrocities. The reveal of Slur's plan to distract the Order while targeting the Ya adds strategic depth, elevating the narrative stakes beyond Part 1E's episodic battles. Gaku's introduction is electrifying, his casual brutality and game-like mindset making him an instant standout. The episode's darker tone, driven by Apart's twisted backstory, contrasts beautifully with the team's camaraderie, particularly Shin and Lu's non-hostile approach to Apart. The Jaws' detailed structure grounds the world building, making Slur's invasion feel monumental. TMS Entertainment's fidelity to the manga ensures key moments like Sakamoto's spinning takedown resonate with fans while remaining accessible. Minor flaws temper the episode's brilliance, the reliance on slow motion in the tower fight, while stylistic, occasionally masks animation shortcuts, a carryover from Part 1. Apart's flashback, though impactful, lingers slightly, disrupting the battle's flow. Aoi's absence from the main action continues to sideline her, a persistent critique as her role at the store feels disconnected from the escalating stakes. The Jaws exposition, while necessary, feels abrupt for anime-only viewers, lacking the gradual build-up of the manga. Slur and Gaku's brief appearance, while chilling, leaves their motivations vague, potentially frustrating those unfamiliar with the source. These issues don't derail the episode but highlight areas where Part 2 could refine its execution. Sakamoto Days Part 2 Episode 4 shares DNA with Way of the House Husband for its retired assassin premise but dives deeper into shonen action than slice-of-life comedy. The tower's chaotic setting and Slur's strategic menace recall Spy X Family's blend of family warmth and covert danger, though Sakamoto Days prioritizes visceral combat, Gaku's laid-back yet lethal vibe, and Apart's psychological complexity evoke Jujutsu Kaisen's eccentric villains, but Sakamoto Days stands out with its absurd world-building, like the Jaws' bureaucratic assassin system. Compared to John Wick, which it echoes in its hitman lore, the series thrives on its light-hearted absurdity, making Round and Round Tower a unique mix of heart, humor, and high-stakes action. Sakamoto Days Season 1, Part 2, Episode 4, Round and Round Tower is a thrilling, emotionally charged installment that solidifies Part 2E's darker, more ambitious tone. TMS Entertainment's vibrant animation brings the tower battle and Gaku's brutal debut to life, while the voice cast, particularly Koki Uchiyama's Gaku, nails the tonal shifts. Slur's plan to dismantle the Ya adds strategic depth, elevating the stakes beyond Part 1E's episodic fights. Minor pacing hiccups and Aoi's underutilization persist, but the episode's strengths, its intense action, psychological depth, and Sakamoto's compassion make it a standout. As Part 2 progresses through the death row prisoners arc, the series seems poised to delve deeper into Slur's motives, Gaku's role, and the Jaws' vulnerabilities, addressing critiques about narrative depth. Round and Round Tower balances absurd humor, brutal action, and heartfelt moments, cementing Sakamoto Days as a must-watch in the winter 2025 lineup. With the Ya under siege, the stage is set for a chaotic, thrilling continuation.